to my kitchen. It's me, Janelle, me, Casa. Who's ready for another dancing in the kitchen with me? So I decided to show you another one of my favorite COVID recipes tonight. I got a little vino going in case I get thirsty, if you know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to show you today, well, this is how I learned to make it myself, how to make scallop and asparagus risotto. Okay, so now that the asparagus are clean, all we're going to do is take them and cut them on the diagonal into a few pieces. So kind of on the side and on the side. So they look kind of pretty in the dish. Throw them into a bowl. And we're going to cut them. I've trimmed off the bottoms, you know, that part that's really sort of like nasty. Anyway, I just sort of cut it on the side so that when they cook in the risotto, they look pretty. So you trim your asparagus and then you slice them. And I've got boiling water going over here, a pot of boiling water. And we're going to cook them in the boiling water for 2 minutes, just so they get nice and green and tender. And then you'll see what we're going to do. I don't think I want to eat it all. Asparagus have been boiling in a little bit of lightly salted water for about 2 minutes. And I can smell them now, so yeah, that's about time. So now I'm going to take the asparagus and, oh, I need another pot holder here. I'm going to burn the crap out of my hand. So I'm going to take this and quickly drain the asparagus. And then I take the asparagus once they're drained and I put them into some ice cold water. Okay, you'll see now how beautiful and green they are. You can smell them actually, they smell really pretty. So this is just gonna set them for a second. And now that they're cold, I'm gonna drain them again. And then I'm just gonna set them aside in this bowl here. Now, this is my own creation. I'm not sure if this is how you're supposed to do it, but I think I've chopped up a few heads of garlic because I love garlic. And I'm gonna take a little bit of my chopped onion that I'm gonna put in the risotto in the bottom of the pan. I'm gonna saute that up in a little bit of olive oil until it's nice and brown. Not brown, but you know, just a little bit of olive oil to get that reduced, and then I'm gonna add some white wine to that. So now I have the onions and the garlic, they're just kind of nicely sauteed there. I'm going to add the scallops to this. And you have to like wash your, like mine were frozen, so I had to like unfreeze them, like let them thaw under cold water, and I let them thaw in the fridge for a while. And then now I've washed them, and it's very important to pat them dry. And I don't know why it's important, I just read that somewhere, so I'm gonna add my beautiful, look at these gorgeous scallops. I love seafood, and I'm gonna add 8 of them to the pan here. And then once I've got my scallops in there, I'm gonna add some white wine. Like I said, this is Janelle's recipe. I don't know if a real chef would do it this way, but it works for me. So I'm just gonna let that simmer while I'm cooking the rest of the risotto. Back on the stove. Now the next step is to get the broth ready. So you take 4 cups of low sodium chicken broth, and hopefully you don't spill as much as I do. And we're just gonna get that boiling, and then turn it low. This is the sauce for the risotto. So I've got 1 more cup. Okay, 4 cups of chicken broth. I'm gonna set that on the stove along with the scallops, and I'm gonna get this cooking. See how the scallops are coming. They're not brown yet, but you can see they're kind of getting a little cooked in there. I like them to take their time for all the wine and the garlic and everything to get in them. So now we have the chicken broth boiled, and now it's simmering. The beautiful scallops are slowly cooking here. Now we're going to start to make the risotto. The first thing we're going to do is take a half a cup of chopped onions. I might have a little bit more in here, but I love onions. And we're going to mix that with a 1/4 cup of butter. I like Irish butter. Anyway, you stir this for about 3 to 5 minutes until the the onions become kind of opaque. And can I just tell you, the smell in here right now with the onions and the garlic and the scallops and the butter and everything cooking. Anyway, so I'm gonna stir this for about like 3 to 5 minutes, and then we're gonna start adding the rice. Okay, so the dancing is already happening in the kitchen. Okay, so these beautiful onions and butter are cooking down. Can you see them? They cook for about 3 to 5 minutes. I got the scallops going. They're getting nice and brown. Sauce is going into them. The chicken stock is ready. So now what we're going to do is we are going to add a cup and a half of the arboro rice, or however you pronounce this stuff. Arborio. Maybe it's arborio rice. To this. And we're going to stir for about 3 to 5 minutes until it is golden brown. There's a lot of stirring in this recipe. You build big biceps as you're doing it. So I've been stirring my rice here for about 5 minutes. You want to stir till it's kind of like a golden brown color. Now we have to take the risotto rice and take it off of the heat. And I'm going to add a half a cup of white wine. I like Sauvignon Blanc. Anyway, I'm adding my half a cup of wine. Can you hear that sizzling? Now, we take it back, we bring it back to heat, and we stir it again, and we keep stirring and stirring until all the white wine is evaporated. And it doesn't take as long as you think, okay? So this process is like getting the rice nice and soft, okay? So I'm stirring, I'm stirring, I'm stirring. You don't have to do a bicep workout the day you make risotto, but you do have to do a lot of cardio for days afterwards, because the amount of butter and rice and carbs and stuff you're eating. Okay, it's almost, okay, it's getting there, folks. My God, does this smell good? I don't know, COVID sucks and everything, this quarantining, but I've had fun learning how to cook. So I try to, you know, find the glass half empty in life. Red wine, white wine. Okay, so now that's evaporated. Okay. Okay, so pretty much evaporated. Now a little bit more. Now we're going to take the sauce, not the sauce, what am I trying to say? The chicken stock, and we're going to add a cup of chicken stock at a time, and we're going to keep stirring until the chicken stock is absorbed. Okay, so I like to reuse the same thing over and over again. So I'm going to take my first cup here. Stirring and stirring. So I'm going to keep stirring this. I'll show you what it looks like now in case you can't see that far. Okay, so I'm just going to keep stirring that until all that's evaporated. And then I'm going to add another cup of the chicken stock. And so you just keep stirring and stirring and stirring. So no need watching this, because there's nothing to see other than me standing here on a hot stove sweating and stirring and stirring and stirring and stirring. Okay, so I've been stirring for a long time. And you can see it's starting to look like risotto. Now we're almost there, guys. Okay, so I'm going to add just a little bit of salt to taste. You know, I don't like salty, so I'm going to add a little bit of salt. And then a little bit of white pepper. Just like, because I like white pepper because you don't see the big pepper flakes in there. Okay, and now we're going to add another quarter cup of butter. Oh yeah. How many days on the treadmill or Stairmaster or bike is this going to get you? And it says a quarter of a cup of Parmesan cheese, but you know, I'll be honest with you, I like to add more than that, because I like Parmesan cheese. And finally, our asparagus, our beautiful asparagus. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to stir that all together. Okay, here we go. Oh my God, the butter. You know, I think when salt and pepper to taste is kind of a personal thing, right? Oh my God. This smells so good. It's starting to look like a risotto. I'm not Italian, obviously. I'm just weird. Oh my God. And the Parmesan cheese is like, I feel like I want some more though. sip of wine. It's hot in here. I'm exhausted from stirring, but this is starting to look really yummy. It's muscle building work. Okay. Get in there. Oh God, you guys, this looks so good. Oh my God, my creamy risotto is looking delicious. Okay, now I'm gonna turn the heat down because we don't want to burn this sucker. We're gonna finish off the scallops. I just want to show you what it looks like. Is that not beautiful? This pan, I think, weighs more than me sometimes. Okay, so I'm just gonna turn the heat up a little bit on the scallops, and I'm gonna get them nice and brown. You gotta have fun in life, right? A little dancing. And I just getting really hot now because now we're kind of like finished. All we're gonna do now is once the scallops are completely cooked, I've been grating the outside of a rind of a lemon. I'm gonna garnish it with a little bit of lemon, and then our risotto is done. And it's a hell of a mess to make. I'm not gonna lie, this kitchen looks like a cyclone has struck it. The cyclone known as Janelle. Anyway, okay, now all that beautiful onions and garlic and wine are all cooking down. The scallops are getting nice and brown. I don't like them. I don't like undercooked seafood, so I don't like burnt seafood, but you can see how they're just getting, I'll show you. Look how they're getting nice and brown. Aren't they pretty? And they got a nice kind of roux on them now, I want to say. And they shrunk a lot. Remember how big they were? I think they're pretty close to being done. Okay. We are ready to serve the final touch to the risotto. Okay guys, we're almost there. I've got this gorgeous pasta dish that I found at World Market. Anyway, I'm gonna take the risotto. Here's my pot holder. Oh, it weighs so much, you have no idea. Okay, this is when you could really use a partner in crime. I could anyway, because I am not strong. Anyway, I'm gonna pour it into the bowl. Does that not look good? And it's sinfully delicious, as they say. There's absolutely no calories in here at all. I mean, my mother told me that butter was the only natural lubricant for your joints, so I'm gonna go with that. It's good for your joints. Okay. Oh, this sucker's got a sit and soak. Okay, now I'm gonna take my little scallops and I'm gonna pour them on. And add my lemon zest. And then I can mix it up a little bit. Oh my goodness. This is kind of a dish you want to have a kitchen where your dining room is separate from your kitchen if you're making this for company, because it's a mess. Anyway, now we've got our little wine. Whoops. And in true Janelle fashion, I always forget to turn off the stove. So turn off the stove. Have a sip of wine and bask in the gloriousness of what is your scallop and asparagus risotto. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that little kitchen demonstration. I'm not, this is something I've been doing for fun since COVID started. And I love it. Like, I never knew, I used to be the takeout girl. So, I've always felt a little uncomfortable in the kitchen. My mom's an awesome cook. But this is fun. It keeps me busy. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Don't forget, do a little dancing. Got the Rolling Stones in the background.